Alright, welcome back into the shop. Today we are blessed with a packer. I don't know if most of you know what this is, but this is a ground packer. And if you came to this video looking for it, this is best I can tell, it's called a Wacker. And if you're looking at the side of it, it says Wacker on it. Other than that, I'm not able to find any other model numbers or anything. But she's extremely dirty. Looks like we've got us a Honda motor on it. So we'll have to do that. Let's see, a GX160. This one's been sitting in his shop for a while, not being run. So we don't know what the status is of it. He says it used to run. One of the big problems are the handle has come off. And there's little rubber shock mounts that go on here. I don't know if we can show that are supposed to be attached. It looks like that one's still there. This one's busted off. And over on this side, we had, this one is attached, but it's ripped up pretty good. You can see the cracks in it. And then there's another one here that I've already taken out. So I thought I'd show you what this takes to get one out. And we're going to clean this on up. Another thing we're going to do on this one is, you see I got my Super Clean here. We've got them kind of sponsoring this one today because we're going to offer, once again, a little giveaway. We're going to go ahead and get some comments and likes and that on this thing, and we'll see if we can get them. They're willing to send out a couple of cans of this. I think they're going to send this one and this one out to somebody I can choose for a like, comments, and that type of thing. We'll get in touch with you on it. But we're going to go ahead and clean this one up with it. And see how good we can get her cleaned up with our Super Clean. If you watch my videos, you know I like the stuff. It works good. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can't get that going. So we're going to clean her up. And I've ordered the bushings. I'll put the part number on there for that. The only way I've been able to get this, let's see if I can kind of show you what I did on the other side to get these things off. I didn't realize how they had been set up before. Can you even see that? But with them busted off like this, I tried to go ahead and get a hold of that with a pair of channel locks, or with vice grips. Yeah, channel locks. And you can kind of get a hold of it, and it should kind of spin on out. That's the only way I've been able to find to do it. Now, if that doesn't work, I did find to get it started, you can come in here and take a screwdriver and just start hitting into a little bit on an angle, and it does drive them on out until you can get it out far enough to get a hold of them with your channel locks anyways. And that's what we're going to do, is get these pulled out. We've got some on order, and they just simply unscrew from the base. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see what I'm doing there. A little bit of an aggravation. I'll have to take the other ones apart to get through this. And then we'll have to figure out just what it takes to get the rest of the base out of there. But that's kind of all we have to do on that. So we'll go ahead, and we got to also get the engine to run. So let me go ahead, get her cleaned up, and we'll bring you back in when we get her all cleaned up. See how good the old Super Clean does. So we'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, we've got her cleaned up. Got Super Clean did a pretty good job at it. It uncovered a label. It's a Wacker. We don't know what model beyond that. I did get the handle all off of it. We've got the carburetor removed, so we could do that. That's nothing but a couple of nuts on that. Got it pulled off to take a look at that one. Got most of the gases drained out of it. A little bit of dirt and water. If you look way down in that bottom corner, I don't know if you can see it back in there, but there definitely was some water in the tank. Kind of typical of gasoline sitting around. We pulled the carburetor off, and it's definitely, the bowl has got rust and all in it. It's got, the gasket was bad. Don't know if it's going to be all gummed up or not. The air filter needs to be replaced. So I think what we're going to do is just simply go ahead and order us a carburetor kit for it, or tune-up kit. Come with carburetor, usually the air filter, spark plug, all the parts and pieces I'll need to put her back together, get her cleaned up and brand new again. So I think that's all we're going to do for today. And we'll go order some parts, and it'll seem like just a few minutes, and boom, we'll be putting this thing back together. Okay, welcome back in here. I know don't probably feel like it's been any time for you, but it's been a couple days since we started on this thing. I have got the new shock mounts in. Like I say, the old ones here. I don't know if this really makes a big difference as to which way they are. They kind of got a little seam and all on that side, so I'm putting that on there. But once you get them out, we just simply go ahead and screw those back in, and then we can put the handle back on. I didn't want to try to start this or anything. I've still got the carburetor, which is supposed to be here in just a little bit. So we'll go ahead. We'll be replacing that here in just a minute. We're going to get the handle on, though, because I sure don't want to start this thing up without a handle being in place to hold it in place. And then we'll have to set her down on the ground, because this thing will start vibrating, and I don't think this is made to do that. So anyways, screw them on in. We'll go ahead and set the handle in place. I think with that there, I don't think that handle's going to spread enough to get past the bolts on both sides. So we'll have to probably, might have to take one side of this off. We'll see how that works. That should sit right on there. Let me tear that apart a little bit. We're going to take this one off here, take the bolt off of that, and we'll just set the other side on, and we'll be ready to go with it, put it back in place. Okay, we've got that all handled up and ready to go. It's easily able to pull the handles apart enough to get these mounted on, put the bolts back, or the nuts back on it. Got that taken care of. So we're ready to hold on to it if we get her started now. And we're going to go ahead and just as we get going, the delivery came in for the carburetor. So we've got the brand new carburetor here. We're going to go ahead and just look it over, make sure it matches up with the old one. We go at each angle, just make sure that everything looks the same. And it's looking pretty good. So I think we're good to go on that. We also got the new air filter for it, so that matches up, perfect match. And we also got a new spark plug we can put in it. So that's all the parts we'll need. We'll go over here and clean up the thing and make sure we're good to go, and see if we can get this old carburetor just slid back in place. Okay, before I go hooking all this gas tank back up, I did take a minute and I looked down into the tank, and that darn thing, I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but anyways, there's a bunch of rusty crap down in the bottom of that. So there's a screw here we're going to take out. We got it started, and then there's two nuts up underneath here. We'll go ahead and take those off, and that should allow us to pull that whole tank off there. We're going to take that off and flush it out real quick before we hook that up to a brand new carburetor. I don't want to make a mess out of the brand new carburetor and plug it up before we even get started. So I think this should get this tank off of here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. And let's see here if we can get this fuel line wrenched back out of here. And we'll probably make a mess here for a minute because we still got gas in here, but there we go. Let me take this and go flush it out, and we'll be back with you. Okay, we got the gas can all off, put it back on, got it rinsed out, just as an example of why we did that. You look in my little thing here, and you can look at all the trash I got out of there. So definitely didn't want that going back into the carburetor. I've got the plug pulled. I'm not really liking what I'm seeing there too well. I'm hoping it's good. The plug was tight, but those threads in there look like they are not very deep. So I'm hoping that's good enough. I don't usually do heel coals and that kind of thing. I don't know if I'd want to try myself on that. So we're going to go ahead and make sure the plug tightens down and it's good, but it seemed to be tight when I pulled the old one out. So we're going to go ahead and put it in, and we're going to hope for the best on that, but we'll see. Okay, plug tightened down good, so we're hoping that'll do fine. A little bit, looks like somebody may have messed with that at one time. But everything's back together. Looks like we're ready to put a little bit of gasoline in it. I've got to get it off this stand. Like I say, when I start it up, it's going to start vibrating. My stand ain't going to handle that. And then after I get done with that, I will have to put it back up on here, and we're going to do an oil change on it for sure. But I don't want to do that before I warm it up a little bit. And then when it gets a little bit warmer, we'll, you know, be able to get all the oil out of it and get some fresh put in there. So let me see if I can get her on the ground. Okay, we've got gas in her. We've got the gas on, we've got the choke on, we've got the throttle turned down. We got that on. I think everything should be about right. Let's see what she'll do. She don't want to do anything. So we're going to have to go a little bit further. We might take this back off there, put a little bit of firepower in there. It don't have a whole lot of compression, though, don't feel like. Hope that ain't the problem. We're going to put a little bit of go-go juice and see if that helps some. Okay, it didn't feel like it had a lot of compression. I don't know exactly why, but started troubleshooting it. We definitely have spark and everything, but it won't hit a lick. So I come in here, I've taken our valve cover gasket off, and that one there's all right, and that one's loose. We're supposed to have a little bit of something there, but it shouldn't be bouncing around like that. So I don't know how it got that loose, but we definitely got to adjust that, because that's never going to fire. That's never opening anything up. As I spin it around and hold it in place, it is moving, so it is at least going up and down. So we'll have to find our top dead center when both of them are loose, and we'll adjust that, and I'll verify it, but I think that's around 15 thousandths, something like that. So we'll take a look at it and see. But that one's loose, and that one is way looser than it needs to be. So we'll verify that, and then we'll go ahead and adjust that. That'll be our intake valve on for gas. So that's probably why it's not getting any fuel and building compression. So let us get started. Okay, to adjust these, I checked with the manual. It says 15 thousandths for the intake valve. So you're going to need a 14 millimeter and a 10 millimeter, and you'll back off the lock nut while holding the adjustment nut, and then we'll go ahead and snug this down. Man, that's an awful lot. Something seems kind of strange here. I don't know what else is going on, but that sure shouldn't be that darn far off. Make sure our rod coming up from the bottom is still in the little groove there. Okay, and then if you're looking at your fill gauge, you should be 0.015, 15 thousandths, and that should be able to go in here. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze to get it in. Let's back that back off a little bit. I think I'm a little too tight. Bend it around there. Let's back that. I got a little too snug. And you just want it enough to where you can slide it around. Out there. And then once you get it to that, you hold that back one and tighten the front one up to lock it down in place. Okay, and then check to see if it's good. It seems to be. Let's see if I can get her back in there. Yeah. That feels a whole lot better. And we checked the other one. That was, I think that's usually both of them. There's different reading on both of them, but 15 thousandths is usually pretty good for both the intake and exhaust. But you know, it's going to be a little loose when you're doing it, but it shouldn't be nowhere near as loose as it was. So looks like that's moving them anyway. So you say I'm not really sure how it got off that far. So that really something suspicious inside this motor. I'm hoping it's not anything serious. Okay, well, my camera battery's about dead, so I don't know if I'm going to get a whole lot more on here, but you see it did start after we got the valves adjusted properly. It looks like the real problem with it was the valves were stuck, is why that thing was off so bad. So after we tightened it up a little bit and played with the valves, got those freed up and adjusted properly again, it went ahead and fired on up. So I think we're good on that part of it. I'm not real happy with that plug still, because those threads are not good. But like I say, not really a whole lot I can do about that. It's going to run. The handles are on it. I'll go ahead and finish closing that up. We're going to do a quick oil change on it. Nope, nothing to film on that. But I think that pretty well wraps up what we need on this one. So, but remember, set some comments, likes, share, and I'm going to pick somebody that watches it through here to receive some super clean, so you can clean your stuff up, and it's a good cleaner. You would enjoy it. Get you on board with that. So everybody likes a little bit of free stuff, so how about help me out, leave a little bit of comments, and let me know what you think. We'll check with you on the next one. Have a good one.